Hello everyone, this is Review. Well, hello ladies and gentlemen, a happy afternoon, evening, or whenever you're watching this. You can see I'm in the car. At least you can say I'm in a car. I might be in a very elaborate set that's designed to look like a car and nothing's real. Maybe I'm just in a car. Half the time I don't even know where I am, so I'm just wherever I am. But the important thing is that this is a drink review. This is for a very special new release that I found about actually because someone emailed me. They said, listen, Starbucks has a new beverage out. They released it today. You got to try this review, brah. We're counting on you. So I was looking around and sure enough, they had it. Otherwise, I was going to try and review the elusive McRib from McDonald's, but no place had it. So I said, well, instead of eating some potential mystery meat, I may as well get a new release from Starbucks and try it out. So that's exactly what we're doing here. This is the Christmas Tree Frappuccino. It's, of course, a holiday-themed beverage. It does not have any pine needles in it. No bark, no wood. Nor does it have, like, any little insects or, rats or rodents that come in with the Christmas trees sometimes. It doesn't have any of that in. It's just it's a drink that they try to make it like a Christmas tree for a seasonal release. So I'm letting you know that right now, first and foremost, because I know otherwise people might have questions as to its contents. This is a new release. I'm looking here as to what it has in it. It says, this festive drink starts with a peppermint mocha creme frappuccino. It is then topped with matcha whipped cream, which is supposed to look like a Christmas tree. The tree is decorated with caramel drizzle for garland, candied strawberries as ornaments, and is topped with a strawberry. So, this is what we've been dying to see. Here it is. This is the actual Christmas Tree Frappuccino. Nothing says the holiday season like this, right? Doesn't this look like the Christmas tree you got over in your living room? I know mine actually has this plastic thing over the top too, so it kind of is almost an exact match there. Well, this is what it looks like. You can see, hopefully, the coloring of the drink. You could see some of the little bit of the drizzle, the candied strawberry that's on there, and everything in between. This is fresh, so it, I think it looks pretty much as advertised and as pictured. And, well, it actually looks pretty good. I remember with the zombie Frappuccino, I got it, and people were saying it looked like a mess and like nothing compared to the advertisement, but I say this looks pretty good, and honestly, I'm really excited to try this out. This is a new release. I'm getting on it the day it's out, so I'm really looking forward to this. A bit of a Starbucks consumer, an avid one, and I always like their new stuff, so I'm going to try it out. This is the Christmas Tree Frappuccino from Starbucks. I'm going to try it out, so it's going in. Seeing if I could get any additional info on this. Let me try some of the top here. Take a few more sips for you. This is a limited time offer. It says it's only good till December 11th. So from the 7th, that's this Thursday, to the 11th. So it's only a limited time offer, of course, to try to increase sales and whatnot. All right, one more sip. Christmas Tree Frappuccino. Christmas tree it up. I don't know if you could see that. I can, but there's some sort of insect crawling around there. Maybe it crawled on the lens and you could see it. I hope it didn't, but there it is. It's crawling around, hopping around, whatever it's doing. Let it. Maybe that's I don't know what that thing is, but it's just doing what it does. Alright. Oh, anyway, what does this thing taste like? There are a couple prevailing flavors, and then there's a couple flavors that they advertised that maybe weren't as strong as, you would have intended them to be. And this is kind of an issue that I experienced with the zombie Frappuccino, where all in all it was good. It tasted fine. It was an enjoyable beverage, but they advertised it to have this huge collection of flavors, and if you go in there with an idea that all of them are going to be equally potent and equally flavorful, etc., etc., you'll sadly be mistaken. So with that being said, what can you taste? What can't you taste? At least what can you taste more than others? Well, the first sip, and almost every sip subsequently, it's really a minty beverage. It's a sweet, minty beverage. That's pretty simple, isn't it? It is. It's a sweet, minty beverage, but it has a very interesting type of consistency to it, because when it comes down to holiday-type beverages, you expect these kind of sweet, minty beverages to be served hot. You expect them to be like a steaming beverage. Rather, you're sipping it, and it's it's an iced Frappuccino, so it has these very, very tiny little particulate matter of ice that you're sipping at, so it's actually a very chilled beverage. If you sip a little bit too much, you might get some mild brain freeze, as they say. But, it gives a very interesting consistency to it, because you always expect one flavor to kind of be prepared a certain way, while it's absolutely not. But it comes out good in that regard, though. It really does. It's a nice minty beverage. It's not overwhelmingly so, because the sweetness kind of balances it out well in that regard. So it's a very pleasant wintertime drink that way. Now, the one thing that I can see becoming an issue with this, though, is what really helps this out in terms of the drinking experience is when you drink it right away, the ice still has that little, it's like the little particles, and it has a little bit of a resistance to it. Kind of like not quite like a milkshake, but you know what I mean, when you're drinking that and it's liquidy, but you have a little bit of a pull to it. That really helps in terms of just the consistency and overall experience of this. If you were to let this sit around, I would wager for even 10 minutes, and then started drinking it, it started getting more liquidy. I think that takes a lot of the drinking experience and the potential pleasure you could derive from drinking this just out of it completely, and it kind of makes it a different thing, and it ruins it a little bit. So this is something that needs to be consumed immediately for the most part. Now, to make sure that we got everything, let's just go back and see what they said this has completely, because I have an article open here, so I could just really see what they were saying. So here's what we got. Alright, it was supposed to be the peppermint mocha cream, which they had. That's the star of the show. That's what you're really going to be able to taste. The matcha whipped cream, I really wish I could have tasted that better. You can see it is green in color, kind of like a Christmas tree. So it's definitely there. It's definitely present, but I find that to be more or less for aesthetic purposes, really, than any flavor. As for the caramel drizzle, that kind of just combines and mixes in with the sweetness, but again, it's, I think, there a lot for, well, really for aesthetics. I've been dying to do this since I got it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna eat this little thing right here, and I think this is a strawberry here. Don't get your hopes up of that. It's dry and flavorless and purely for aesthetics. But this beverage itself is around $5, $5.63, I believe this one came out to. This was for a grande, mind you. This beverage, kind of like the zombie Frappuccino, I find in conclusion, tastes good. It's an enjoyable holiday beverage, but really this is being done as a release to sensationalize it. You get the beverage, you post that precious selfie of yourself with the beverage, with just a picture of it to Instagram, and it's a viral marketing strategy on the part of Starbucks. But nonetheless, it's a very pretty beverage. It tastes good, but just don't expect all the little bells and whistles in terms of flavor to be there and equally potent all throughout. So keep that in mind, and therefore, all things considered, out of 10, I'm going to be giving the Christmas Tree Frappuccino from Starbucks an 8.0 out of 10. All in all, though, I think you won't be too disappointed if you just keep in mind that not all the flavors will be equally represented in this beverage. And a few final notes, of course. In a few days, I'll be quiet about this because it's not going to be there anymore, so, I just have to spread the word. If you're interested in getting any Report of the Week merchandise for the holiday season, we have a 20% off sale still going until December 12th. You can find that on Teespring, teespring.com/stores/the Report of the Week. More information with the link to the code that needs to be activated through that. You can find that in the cards above or in the description and even comments below. That's all that I have for you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, the Report of the Week, and today's drink reviews for the newly released Christmas Tree Frappuccino from Starbucks. Thank you for watching, take care, and I'll see you later with another video. That's all. Good day.